Live Trade Warriors, Marcus Live, charts up, lock in, Live Trade Warriors, lights on, charts lit, hands on the keys, yeah we don't miss, risk on lock, every move calculated, crypto live, volatility activated, Live Trade Warriors, trades tight, no fear, red or green, yeah we stay right here, from the ring to the charts, we educate, this ain't luck, discipline decide the fate, J Chain, steps in the market like a fighter, fan bike sweat, still sharp when it's choppy, found a mindset, aging with discipline, execution first, hype is irrelevant, build double 3 BC, on-chain media, markets violent, move with composure, supply shock thesis, Bitcoin ignition, macro meets conviction, long-term vision, jabs in the range, dodging fake breakouts, wrist tight, patience, wait for the setup, institution lurking, structure turning bullish, I don't chase moves, I let the data pull it, Live Trade Warriors, lights on, charts lit, hands on the keys, yeah we don't miss, risk on lock, every move calculated, crypto live, volatility activated, modern Canadian, charts after dark, blue collar roots, but I trade with intent, small time frames, hunt with precision, probabilities first, never trade emotion, patterns repeat, if you learn how to see, head and shoulders break down reality, risk on lock, every entry defined, I don't chase candles, I wait for my time, scalping the noise, stay calm in the storm, discipline built while the pressure is on, from the garage grind to the market pace, education, execution, that's how we scale, slow it down, read the tape, levels talk, for price breaks, risk defined, size correct, interest clean, no regrets, we don't guess, we react, process first, profit stack, Wednesday night, this is where we trade, charts, markets, lessons getting made, from discipline to execution shown, this is crypto, welcome home, Live Trade Warriors, lock in, stay tight, live trades, real talk, every fight, no hype, no illusions to sell, just probabilities, Live Trade Warriors, lock in, stay tight, live trades, real talk, every fight, no hype, no illusions to sell, just probabilities.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How about that song though, right?
Oh, that thing was sick, bro.
Dude, I've been like on AI music for a while. I'm trying to make it like an album right now to put on like YouTube. I've been heavy in the back channels like every night on making some music. So exploring that using ChatGPT to make it a little bit better. But it's great, right? Like it's fun.
Dude, so you're using Suno, right?
So I use Suno, and but Suno's like, I don't know, it's pretty good, but the lyrics are kind of cheesy. So I go on ChatGPT because Suno, I can't mention anybody, like I can't mention an artist because there's a copyright.
It'll stop it if you
can't even say it. So what I'll do is I'll go on ChatGPT. It's like, hey, I want to make a rap song about this, but I want it to be inspired kind of by these artists and this kind of style with this format and stuff like that. And it'll put it in. I said, okay, like I want ad libs. I want it to have like some this instrument. I want the intro to be piano, and it'll do that. So like, and I'll just copy and paste from ChatGPT and put it into Suno, and you get way better results.
Dude, it's been fun to work with this because like when I first started working with Suno, your style prompt could only be 100 characters, and now it's 1,000. Now that
1,000, yeah.
You get like on the 4.5 version that you get for free, like you get 1,000 characters, and so you can do some real good style prompting with 1,000 characters, and so dude, it's a great tool. I love it. If you guys, welcome to the show. If you've seen like what I do, everything has got some AI music to it, and I just think it's a fantastic capability.
It's great. I remember when I first started streaming in 2015, I was on Twitch, like a bunch of gaming streams, and you had to pay people, you had to find people to do this kind of stuff. It was tough. Now, like to be able to make something like on the fly, like that logo we have, like the Live Trade Warriors, I made it like with Grok really quick and then threw it on Canva, got rid of the background, PNG. Like, I can't believe how easy it is now
Yeah.
because I can't draw for shit. Like, I am not an artistic person whatsoever. Like, I have ideas, but I couldn't use my hands to do it. And being able to have these tools to be able to allow me to be creative without the actual skill to do it is actually really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? And you got to think like graphic designers take notice. Unfortunately, right now there are applications for which graphic designers will never go away. But if you think about, I need an image right now, I need a logo right now, I need a song right now, like or whatever. I know graphic design and song is two different things, but like the whole idea is like this AI is such a robust tool that enables a creator to be more efficient at more cost effective, paying for an AI membership, whether it's ChatGPT and scaling up, or having an AI clipping tool, or whatever it is. Using these tools is just absolutely crucial right now.
Oh, dude. Like, so my mom, my sister, my aunt, they used to like sing in this like group, Portuguese singing group, like 20 years ago. So I've taken their lyrics from their music and redid it on Suno, like modernized it. Like, I find like I don't know how to make lyrics. So like if I like when you actually have real lyrics of someone that knows how to write lyrics and knows music, it's way better. Like I like my stuff, it's fun, but way better when someone actually. So if you're a musician, this just like speeds up the process for you so much better. Or even say you're like have a mental block, can't figure out I want to make a beat, and but you can just experiment on this until you find something. That's the beat, that's the one that I'll sing over, right?
Yeah,
But yeah,
I love it. But sometimes it sucks when you're on a roll and you've burned through your 50 credits and you got to wait until the next day to
yeah, yeah. No, I instantly, as soon as I made my first song, I was like, I'm paying for this. Like right
Oh,
away.
you oh,
It
yeah?
was that good. Yeah. I was like, holy cow, I gotta pay for this. It was not bad. It's like $12 like a month. So it wasn't
Oh, that's not
com-
bad at all.
compared to like Chat GPT and the other AIs, it's actually pretty inexpensive. Like freaking what is it? Opus Clip was like $60 a month. And I was burning through credits like crazy. So I'm gonna stop using them and I'm gonna just use my whatever I get from CapCut for clips.
Does CapCut do you get
They do. It's not as good as
credits?
Opus, but like, but yeah, you get a bunch of if you pay the subscription for CapCut, you get a bunch of free credits every month. I think it's like 300 credits. Like, works out to be
Oh,
like a good like an hour or something like that worth of clips. It's not bad actually.
I should check into that.
Hell yeah! All right, so let's get in the chart. So this is Live Trade Warriors. We're gonna get into the markets. We're gonna get some
Okay.
trading. I'm just gonna share my screen as soon as I can find it.
How did the market finish out today? I think everything's down still, huh?
It was wild today. I'm not gonna lie. It was like it was really tough for me. Let me go to our chart scene. Hello. What? Why am I up?
Nice.
Yeah. I don't like that. We're supposed to be there we go. This is what we want. Aha, we figured it out.
There you go.
All right. So yeah, the markets were weird today, man. I had a trade this morning or last night, and then I closed it because it looked like we were gonna dump, and we did. We dumped, and I woke up this morning and we came back up. And I'm like, okay, I'll try again, and it went down again, and then we had that huge dip today. So I lost like 3 trades today, and then but then I had one trade that like won it. I finally caught a short, and I wiped out all my losses for the day, and I'm in one right now. So I got in. I'll show you where I got in. So I'm playing this. On the 1 hour, I was playing the reversal on the 1 hour. And what I noticed is we have a hidden bullish divergence here where the price moves down, but the RSI moves up. So I got in right around here, this red candle where it started before it started to wick up.
Oh,
And
bullish divergence,
green.
right?
Yeah. So this is like a hidden bullish divergence where like RSI moves up, price moves down. And those are again, I'm not a professional when it comes to when it comes to bullish divergences. I'm still learning them myself, but I saw it in the chart. I'm part of a trading group, and I got confluence of other traders seeing the same thing. So I was like, okay, like I might be onto something here. So I took a shot at the reversal. I've been trying to get this trade for a while, but then we kept dumping. I was up here and then it dumped here. So my idea for the bigger time frame is that daily, right? The daily is the one. I'll show you my pattern that I think we're making. Again, more days that we have, more data will come out. But we could be having some sort of like a bull flag here on the daily.
Mm.
And I'm hoping that that's the case, because the target of this would be somewhere around 100,500. So we break that 100K again, which would make sense because you'd come back up towards that daily 200-day moving average, and we get above that, bull market's back on, baby.
Dude, that's let me just really quick just show you what I'm.
Yeah, share screen.
Look, I got basically the same thing. Looking at the
Yeah. So
the same
you were asking about that Adam and Eve double bottom. So we're talking about that on the show, the Web3 Breakfast this morning. So let me show you that exact pattern, because that's the reversal, potentially the bottom of that daily chart. So either we have that this either breaks down that what you
like
have there
to
on
come
the daily.
back down here and oh,
Well, even that could even break down like totally.
you're talking about like breaking structure and coming down into this.
Yes. So let me see here. So I'm just going to bring mine back up for one quick second.
Yeah,
All right.
go for it.
So what we do here, because that, so we'll go here, zoom out a little bit here, and you'll see that Adam and Eve double bottom. So the Adam and Eve double bottom is when price does this. It does like a little V shape and then a rounded bottom. And we know rounded bottoms pay the bills, right? Yep. So, and you can also call this like a W pattern. So essentially we should come, if the double bottom plays out, I would assume that we're going to come and revisit this liquidity over here. So that's 102, 101, 104, up to basically up to 106. So I could see that happening if the double bottom plays out and we have ourselves an Adam and Eve double bottom. If we don't, then we're just making a bear flag. Like if you want to be bearish, you would say that we're making one big, bear flag here. And this would, because it came into this pattern from a downtrend, you would your measured move would be the length of this pole here. And then you put it over here and you would look at, and that's your 67,000. That's the big dump, and the bull market's 100% over, and everybody's saying crypto's dead. And you know the story.
Yeah.
So that's the market's 50. That's why you're seeing all this chop, because like the market, nobody knows where it's going to go. We got like, the bears and bulls fighting it out right now. And the market's like volatile because nobody knows where it's going to go. Nobody has like confidence really yet. But I will tell you that when you look at the weekly, the indicators are like flatlined. Like the weekly looks really, really, really low. So let's go down to the weekly, and the stochastic RSI is at the bottom.
So that's what I've been paying attention to, right? And I think we talked about this on the morning show too, was the this look like we've got a shoulder and a head for sure, potentially forming the second shoulder for a Bitcoin head and shoulders, which if we do, like, for this thing to run up to a shoulder is going to take it up to like 105 to 107, somewhere in there. And it could happen in the next couple of weeks.
So you start like, that's why like I'm building that like mental models. Like, yeah, we could have that shoulder, but like you said, 105, 106, and that lines up with the daily 200-day moving average. We get rejected by it and we come down. So like, it's like, again, I don't know what's going to happen. This could literally just be something like this over here, right? And we just make new all-time highs. Like that's very possible, but I'm going to be very cautiously optimistic, let's say, because again, we do have that shoulder, head, and a potential lower right shoulder, right? And then if that's the case, you would take the neckline of the head and shoulders, measure from the top to from the neckline, and then when it breaks the neckline, you're looking at 49,000.
Oof. What's wrong with you?
Right? But if we're going to a traditional traditional bear market, 49,000, 50,000 is actually not even considering that bad. Like, remember last bull market, we actually went lower than the previous high. So we went to 16K, which usually you didn't go below the previous all-time high in the bear market. So anything can happen. Like, it's all probabilities. Nobody, if anybody tells you like they know what's going to happen, then they're wrong, because it's nobody knows. That's the
Nobody knows anything.
biggest lesson I've learned in crypto since I've been here for 9 years now, and nobody knows shit. We make our best guesses. We do the best we can. And that's why we say not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, and don't do what we do. But hopefully, we can show you some trade tricks in trading, and some what we're thinking, and then it might help you. Maybe you're thinking the same thing and same decision making, right? I don't know, right? But you do you.
You do you, boo.
That's it, man. So what do you think? Do you think we're gonna get that right shoulder, or do you think we're just gonna blast through February, new all-time highs, euphoria kicks back in, altcoin season back
To
on?
be honest with you, like I'm not really expecting. Okay, so for the sake of playing the game, yeah, I think that we'll see a nice over the course of maybe the next couple of weeks, we'll see a nice little run up, but further expect to see that leg down, right? If you look at every chart on every altcoin, there is a crazy scam wick that happened back. We all remember that, right? And
Yep.
that was, the I think the basis of where we need to go revisit in order to build the right kind of volume up, right? If you look at, and I mean, I could pull up, just about any chart. I know XRP has one, H bar has one, Link has one. Here, look. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So this one
Yep.
right here, October 6th, right here, down to like 761 on Chainlink. H bar, this thing would rip it down to like 8 cents. XRP, its little wick will take it down to $1.22. Ethereum doesn't have it anymore. Ethereum is just in a downtrend. It's been in a multi-month downtrend. However, look what it just did. I'm on the weekly though.
Yeah.
With Ethereum, it had broken this structure just recently. So that's a good sign. Anytime you break structure on a downtrend, you're in a downtrend till you're not. And so it's clearly
Yeah.
not anymore. So that's good for ETH.
ETH
Um,
actually, I've been noticing that it's kind of been strong against. So it actually made me look at Bitcoin dominance. So I was curious about it, and I went to Bitcoin dominance, and I noticed that we had a huge dip in Bitcoin dominance on the week, like the weekly, like came down, and we're
oh
potentially
wow.
making a bear flag and starting a downtrend for Bitcoin dominance. So does that mean altcoins are going to start to get strong against Bitcoin?
Oh
'Cause-
man, I would love to see that. That means that what 66% would have been the top on that.
yeah, 66.14. Yeah, exactly.
Mike
So
Vollmer. Mike Vollmer is saying we're in a bear market, sell it all by back in October.
yeah, like very, very well. Like, we are not out of the woods yet. Like, by any means, we are not out of the woods. We have a lot of key levels to go above. Like I said, that daily 200-day moving average. And again, 94,000. We've been rejected by it 3 times. But I will tell you, if this tethered Bitcoin dominance does break down, you're looking at break down to 51.65% on the weekly, and you're looking at losing the weekly 200-day moving average. So again, it could
That's
be
altcoin season, right? It has to be.
the last blast for altcoins. But I've also noticed Bitcoin dominance going down and altcoins going down, because I think a lot of people are moving into stable coins, right? You're having stable coins go up, right? And that's kind of what you see here on the weekly, a bunch of stable coins going, a lot of people taking profits. So you got to have confluence between the Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance, in my opinion. I need to see Bitcoin dominance go down and Tether dominance go down for me to believe altcoins are really going to see that money flow coming in.
I mean, to be honest with you, like we really need a catalyst.
Yeah, we need like that
How-
money printer needs to go burr.
Brr.
Actually, that's a good question. When is the next FOMC meeting?
What do you think about the Bank of America headline that came out the other day, the 4%? This is to their obviously to their private wealth clients. It's not to retail, but private wealth is going to be generating a lot of buzz and activity in the market. If 4% that's the standardization, right? Like that's what they're
Wh-
setting.
What was
4%.
the 4%? I didn't read the article.
Yeah, 4% of their holdings should be within Bitcoin.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah. And
if that's the case,
that's just Bank of America, right? Like that's obviously there's a lot of other institutional banks and institutional holders that would participate in that same thing and probably allocate a little bit more than 4%. Again, that's the standard. That is the 4% is the standard. What they're telling people. There'll be other people who are going to do more and less, obviously. But and as that domino effects throughout, I mean, just think when we finally do get the ability for retail clients to invest in Bitcoin or stable coins, and not investing in stable coins, but at least participate in crypto by getting that
yeah.
at their retail bank. I mean, that right there sends the signal, and that's mass adoption.
Oh yeah, I do think it's I do think it's inevitable. But I think they're just making the on ramps now. You know, the whole I was actually expecting a little bit more bullish because I believe January 1st of 2025, banks were finally allowed to hold crypto. That was the whole idea. They were allowed to hold crypto on their balance sheet. I guess against taking a lot longer than expected. This is why I was always advocate of like the next bull cycle, the 2028 2029 cycle,
Yep.
that you would see like have a sufficient amount of time where a lot of the people have are or institutions have educated, got their staff educated, and it's a matter of time because they're all going to be incentivized now that they hold it. They're gonna have to push it to their clients, right? So, and they want to get in, especially if you see all these exchanges making all these fees, and like they, of course, they want to get in on that. The Wealth Simples, the Robin Hoods, making all this money off fees, people trading. They want that money from retail for sure.
100%. Who do you think the number one? What do they call it? The everything app's going to be?
Oof. I think you're kind of seeing it. I think it's going to be kind of things you're familiar with. I think you're going to start seeing trading on PayPal. You're going to see, you have your Robin Hoods. Maybe even I don't know Venmo very well, but like even Venmo may have it. Like I think they're just all the big players are just going to say, well, everybody wants this, so we're gonna use it, and we already have the customer base, so here we go. I don't think there's one app like because there's not one like not everybody uses the same thing, right? Like look at, there's X, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, and not everybody's on all of them, right? Certain people are on Facebook, certain people like, Instagram and their algorithm, and even though the content's reused across all of them, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's that single app that's going to be the one that breaks it all. I think there's going to be many apps come out, and some people will most like I guess Coinbase you can say is that app for crypto because most people are on Coinbase, right?
Yeah. Do you think you'll
Institutions and all
see
that.
like brick and mortar crypto banks, like a
Um,
Coinbase bank, or you know what I mean, like a Trust Wallet bank?
I think the fintech companies like Robinhood's. I think those are like the new banks because I look at, for example, you guys have Robinhood, we have in Canada Wealthsimple, which is identical, same idea. I can go there and deposit my check from work there. I can get I can save at like I think the Canadian they give you like 3.4% and no 4% on Canadian dollar and 3.5% on stable coins interest, like a savings account. So I believe that's going to replace the banks unless the banks start to offer some sort of yield like that, like to incentivize people to save or trade or whatever, invest with them, right? Because I don't know. Unless you adapt, you're gonna die, in my opinion.
Well, banks are gonna have to. I mean, because they like the thing is, would they offer you dog shit for any kind of thing on like your money in a traditional account? And they're gonna do something. They need to do something because they're the one who complained, I believe, to the SEC in the first place because what is it? Who was it? They were doing like 11, 12% on stable coins, and the banks were like, wait a second,
Yeah.
no, we can't compete with that.
Yeah, the banks here, like again, there's only five big banks here, and they're pushing. They have their own trading platforms, digital platforms, kind of the same idea, like a Robinhood, but it's through them. You pay like stupid fees, like to be able to trade a stock or an equity or whatever. But like it exists here, but it's not like I wouldn't use it. But some people love their banks. People love their brands. You know how it is, right? When people are familiar with things, it's very hard to change their minds when they're set in their way, especially like if it's an older person that's like, I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't
Yeah.
want to change the way I do it now. And it's like,
Look,
Okay.
Sonny, come here, Sonny.
Yeah, exactly. It has to be like stupid easy for people to, especially like like older people that aren't really as familiar with technology than you and me. It's got to be super simple. And to be honest, like I look at my parents, for example, my dad is like a Bitcoiner, but like the problem is he doesn't want to learn anything new. But I'm like, he hates the government. I don't want to pay taxes. I give them all my money and I gotta pay more tax. Like complain. I'm like, bro, like just buy Bitcoin. You're gonna outperform everything. I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn. It's like, stop complaining.
Funny.
But it's
Oh man.
that's how it is, man.
Look at the man, XRP almost broke out of its on the weekly.
Yeah, holy. XRP is above the weekly 200-day moving. Let's see the daily. How close are we to the daily? Ooh, this looks to me like we're gearing up.
Yeah.
Right? We're gonna come back and touch the 21-day moving average. That's almost a given at this point for XRP. So we look at that, and then so either we have a falling wedge or we have a ascending triangle like that, and then the breakout would be here, and then we trade it depending either here we're looking at almost $3 back to the 21 of the 200-day moving average, was that yellow line there, or if we make this kind of flag ascending triangle, you're looking at $3, right?
Let's go, XRP army. Let's get it.
The only thing that I'm a little hesitant on is that stochastic RSI is up high here and
Pointing
curving down, but that curve down could be this could be the falling wedge, like something like that. So it could just be that curving down. And then let's look at the smaller time frames. Let's look at like the 4 hour, for example. Yeah, see the 4 hour, we're above the 200-day moving average. Like the model that I trade is very simple. All you need is the white line, which is the smooth moving average, which is the 21-day moving average, and your 200-day moving average. Price action gets above the 200-day moving average, comes back towards the 21. You enter here, and you put your stop loss below the 200, and that's it.
All right.
So that's the model I trade over and over and over like a robot, and it works more often than it doesn't. But yeah, I think I can see some consolidation here for XRP, definitely. And it might even break out like sooner than that. It doesn't have to go all the way. This is what, January 12th?
Right.
And even like I was looking at Bitcoin on the daily, and when I make my pattern again, January 12th, like mid-January, I start to get this idea that it could break out. And look at the 4 hour stochastic, like we are flatlined on the bottom. So we're looking like we're going to curve up. And even the RSI, if I zoom in here, the RSI is just starting to curve up now.
Looks like it's starting to just curve up. Yeah.
So I think we're gearing up for that daily 200-day moving average, and that's just my line in the sand when it comes to bull markets and bear markets. So watch XRP lead everything. No all-time highs first before Bitcoin.
Dude, I'm in. I'm gonna write myself a little note to make some good entry points and get in a trade.
Yeah, if that model I just showed you, what you do is you say like, okay, for example, like the 4 hours bullish, we'll go to the 1 hour. I would assume the 1 hour will be in the same pattern. So we'll look to see if we consolidate back to the 200-day moving average here. And then I'll look for an entry on the 1 minute, right? We look for the 1 minute to cross that 200-day moving average, which it already has. So the best entry, the safest entry would have been here. But again, we're kind of revisiting it. So as long as we stay above,
it's like a triple bottom right there.
Yeah. So what I want to see is hopefully this 21-day moving average right here kind of come like this and bounce off the 200. And you can put your stop loss below the 200-day moving average, or just hide it under some like liquidity. So I'd probably even hide it like right over here, your stop loss, and then just ride that puppy up.
There it is. Getting in.
Yeah, honestly, I was funny. As soon as I saw him, like, damn, that looks good. That looks better than everything else.
I'm telling you, like, I think it's definitely made that push to get out of its falling structure. Much like
just be wary. I'm just looking at, again, this is on the minute time frame, but just be wary. I'm just looking at a shoulder right here. So just keep an eye on that. Yeah. That's so. See if I wouldn't enter now. I'd wait to see if we bounce off that 200-day moving
Where
average.
do you have that line drawn right there? Like
Which
where's the price of that?
the blue line?
Yeah.
The blue line is the two bottoms here. That's essentially the neckline. So you have the shoulder and your head and your shoulder on the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute chart. And then what I do is between the two shoulders, you make a neckline. And then actually you can even say this is a slanted head and shoulders like that. And then you would the same idea. If it breaks that neckline, it'll probably do something like this. It'll probably come down, retest, and then back down to the target before we gear up. But again, low stochastics, RSI is below the neutral line, so we're oversold. So just I would wait to see if this plays out or not before I look for an entry. So you get your entry on the 1 minute, and then it builds into the higher time frames. It's the same move. All it is like the 4 hour or the one. It's all the same move. The difference is you're zooming in on that microscope a little bit more as you move down the time frame so small. That's why I like getting my entries there and then building up. So if the 1 minute starts to look good, then I move to the 5 minute, and then the 5 minute will get above the 200-day moving average. And when it does that, I'm like, okay, that's great. I have more confluence, stay in my long 10 minute, 15 minute, whatever. And as it starts to build, and if, say, for example, we get to the 15-minute 200-day moving average and we get rejected, I can take my profits, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's how I try to manage my trades.
There you go.
But I like it, man. I like extra P on the bigger time frames.
I mean, I just feel like it's gonna make its move up pretty soon here. I mean, you could be wrong, but
I think consolidation.
It did get rejected, but
yeah, I think we just consolidate a bit. I think we just come down just a wee bit, like maybe something like that. Like I said, your fallen wedge can even be like, it doesn't even have to be that long. It could be a quick consolidation. Maybe we consolidate back to the 200-day moving average, but we're good. I'm not bearish on it. I think consolidation is good, and you get in, let the pattern fill in a little bit more. Wait, map out your trade. Like if you want to play this this falling wedge conservatively, you do something like that, which is $2.38, and then you would put your trade like this bad boy, the projection long. You'd enter probably somewhere, hopefully right down here. Stop loss, you'd hide it probably right here, this liquidity here, and that's a 9.16 risk versus reward ratio. Small stop loss, keep it tight, and then 9-to-1. I take that.
Yeah. What's this little trick you put up here?
You're looking for the trade. So on the left side of trading view, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 down. It'll say projection. You can do long or short position. So what I do is I just do a long position, and you click where you want to enter the price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have your middle line, your top line, and your bottom line. So the middle line was where you would enter the trade. So I'll put it where I'm going to enter my trade. Then the bottom line, I'll put where my stop loss is going to be. And on the top line, I'll put my my take profit. And then you can grab a calculator and say, for example, I want to risk 1% of my portfolio. Say my portfolio is $1,000. So 1% of $1,000 is $10. And you divide $10 by the stop loss here, which is 1.5%. So you would divide it by 0.015, and your position size would be $666. Holy shit, Diablo.
Okay.
And that's
awesome.
how so that way your stop loss will fit in, and you're only risking 1% of your portfolio. So your stop loss will only be 1% of the portfolio. It should be around $9 to $10.
That's a great tool. I did not know that existed. I've never tried that.
There you go, brother. That's what I'm here for. I try to help people learn things that they didn't see, that do in charts, and map out trades. Like now I have this position filled. Now I just sit here and wait. My chart's built, and I just come back in, maybe a day or two, see where this has gone. And if it gets to my price, we can even just put a limit order here. If you believe this is your trade, you put your limit order there, and you got your stop loss and take profit, and just just automate it, right?
There you go, man. You gotta be work smart, not hard.
Absolutely, man. Especially for me, because I can't be at the charts every day. Like I'm at work, and like the work computers are the worst. Like they're so goddamn slow. They're like freaking decades old, and I'm like, I can't even load like Google because it like freezes. It's a mess, but somehow we manage. Is there any other like chart you want to look at?
You know what other one is weirdly pumping almost out of its falling structure? Jasmine. Look at that
Jasmine.
one. Everyone, there's a lot of people that love Jasmine. This would be a fun one to look at. Hear what you're saying. JASMY.
MOMY. USD. Binance probably would be the better chart, right?
Probably.
Look at that. Coming back to the 21. Damn. Low stochastics again. Falling wedge. I like me a consolidate. I love falling wedges, by the way. This is my favorite pattern because they break out 68% of the time to the upside. Whether they roll over after they break out to the upside, but they always break up to the upside. Oh, are you sharing your screen here? I don't know what that was. Oh, I lost you. Uh-oh, I think he disconnected. All right, he'll be back in a minute. Let him just do a lap. All right, so yeah, Jasmine on the 4-hour chart looks like a nice consolidation. Again, like I don't like when the moving averages are like really separated, when I can draw a circle in between them. So like you can see here, if you go back in price action, you look for when we have big pumps, and when you can draw like a circle between the moving averages, like this would be a good example here. That's usually when you come down. Oh, he's back. Welcome back, sir.
Dude, that was crazy. It's like the entire connection exploded.
Yeah, like I got a couple of alerts, and I'm like, "Oh, you're sharing your screen," and then you just disappeared. I was talking to nobody. So Jasmine looks like it's again consolidating here. What we want to see is this bounce off the 21 to keep going. But again, like the moving averages are pretty far apart. I was just showing everybody that when moving averages are really far apart on a pump, like something like look at this pump here, for example. Moving averages got really far apart. This made it like a perfect head and shoulders too. That usually indicates a top, a local top, not a top all forever, but I could indicate a top. But I will tell you the 4-hour stochastic is pretty low, so we can be gearing up again, like XRP, gearing up for its next move. So 1 hour look like again 1 hour, same idea, consolidation. But how long it consolidates for, right? Is no, sorry. I had this issue with Crow. Crow had a nice pump. I got a nice trade and it started consolidating. Well, okay, great. It consolidated for what 3-4 months, and then we had that liquidation event. And I was like,
oh man.
I was in a nice trade, had a perfect entry. The liquidation event came in and just like stopped me right out instantly. And I felt so good about that trade. Like, I got the best entry. Let's go.
Dude,
Nope.
so I've always wondered how people stay in those, like, I've been in this trade for 8 months. It's up like, 20,000%. I'm up like $8 million. It's like, how do you bots?
No, they're playing. They're in cross, so
So
they
you
have
can beg
so
from,
much money
so it
that they
begs from
can.
the rest of the account. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have so much money that they can fund their way out of it. So like, there's in my trading group, there's a guy that he has like another course. It's called like the leverage trading course. His name's like Master Friend, and that's what he teaches. He teaches how to use high leverage, use a lot of money with high leverage, and what you do is you fund yourself out of these positions. What you do is as it dips, you just keep buying the bottoms, the swing lows, and you fund your way out of this position. And then when the price, as you buy on the way down, you don't need it to go up as much before you can get yourself out of the position and profit. So, but again, you have to have enough money to fund your way out of that. It's again, if you don't know what you're doing, that's extremely risky, and you can liquidate your entire portfolio. So you got to be very careful with it. I like to use a stop loss. I like to be in control of what I'm losing. I like to try and like my idea is like trying to build my portfolio up a little bit every day, even if it's only like $10. I don't care. A small wins over time, over a long period of time is going to grow your portfolio. But hey, man, if you got the gonads to do that and ride that cowboy hat down, by all means, go nuts. That's what like the big boys do. Like I know Crypto, Carl, they do that. They'll get in at bear market lows and then get a position in, and then your funding fee just continues to rise up throughout the whole bull market, And the idea is that you shouldn't revisit that price until until the bear market. But I think that's why you have these liquidation events, because it tries to get these people. And I
Yeah.
think it did this year, especially like some of those big guys with their altcoins. I think it totally caught altcoin holders off with that big liquidation event.
Oh, it was brutal because it was nobody had seen any of the altcoin rush or season that we had been hoping for. In fact, it was the worst. It was the opposite, and so it was insult to injury, is what it was. All right. So what do we think? Stay away from Jasmine probably for now.
I would wait again. I would just the same thing. Like I said for the other one. I would wait for this consolidation. I would just map it out, keep your
Yeah,
eye on it, and then when it breaks the upper trend line, and then I
that's,
would probably look for positions
that's
because like
time to go. Time, or at least time to look, because it may always do that break little fake out, come back down, and then go.
yeah, like if you're gonna trade a breakout, I would just keep your stop loss tight. Like you probably so say for example it broke out here, right?
Mhm.
I would go like this, and I would wait for the first flag to come back down, and then I would get in on the flag. Right? You don't want to be jumping in right away because like it can again, and I've done this before. Like I say from experience because I got burned doing it. Because you'll go like this, you'll break out, oh beautiful, right back down, and then I'll
Yeah.
do one of these.
Then it moves.
This is why I have a hard time. Like I only really like to trade Bitcoin for the most part because altcoins do this all the time. It's like, oh my god, yeah, I'm in the green, and then boom, and then it'll come up after you get stopped out. So yeah, that's what I think happened. So now just wait for the pattern to fill in a little bit more, and wait for the smaller time frames to get really really hot. But again,
Yeah.
this one kind of looks good. Like even the 1 minute here is again, we stay above that 200-day moving average. I'm a happy guy. Above the 200-day moving average, longs are likely to pay out. Below the 200-day moving average, shorts are likely to pay out. And if you're bullishly biased like me, you can do something like this. You can press Alt I on TradingView and flip
Uh-huh.
the chart upside down,
Oh, smart.
and then you can just trade it like you would anyways, like a bull, and then but you're shorting instead. Honestly, I do this all the time because it actually really helps me see stuff that I wouldn't see. This is really sideways.
Because you have a bullish bias.
Oh, absolutely. Like I'm a total fucking bull. So like my brain just wants to see bull flags and like bullish patterns all the time. So when you flip it upside down, you can trade the same way, just go short. I will
Yeah.
tell you this could look like again, this is on the 5 minute, so it doesn't mean it's gonna go down too far. Bart Simpson here.
Oh,
So just be careful. Again, altcoins are tough right now because they're not really, except for maybe the exception of Ethereum and XRP. Um, they're not really strong against Bitcoin right now. Like if Bitcoin dumps, like Volmer was just saying, like Bitcoin dumps, they're all going down.
100%. Yeah, this is Bitcoin's run. We all know that. It is the king still. It just tells everybody what to do, which I've never really. I mean, I understand why, but I think a lot of people are ready for the market to decouple. You know,
You talking about? Yeah. I think I don't know, man. I can make a good case for both. I'm starting to get a little bit like excited. Like I feel like things are gearing up a little bit. Again, it might just be that right shoulder. That's the thing that's keeping me from getting euphoric, because I'm like, oh man, I think we're gonna pump up here, but like, yeah, but to 106 and that's it, maybe. Like, so I have to see like when you start getting to 109 or even like 107, 108, because for Bitcoin, 107, 108 was a huge resistance level for us. That was our first top um, in this bull market. Let me zoom out here. Yeah, so right here around 104, top was 109. So we start getting around here and start consolidating up around here. I'm gonna get pretty excited because that's really good. Consolidating above previous highs, and we can flip it as support, right?
uh,
But the only thing I like, you look at something different here. Like we had this, and then we pumped it to all-time highs. Where here we have this bull flag versus double bottom, or bear flag versus double bottom.
oof.
So that's the concern here, and but I believe we have. I don't know if it's on the weekly or the monthly. Price is moving up, and yeah, and price moves down here. So
So then you have is the
bullish
opposite of
divergence.
a bullish divergence a bearish divergence?
Yes, but I think there's a bullish divergence on the monthly. Let me just see if it's still valid. Let's see here.
Giant bull trap to get exit
No.
liquidity. Volmer, I don't disagree with you, brother.
Yeah, we don't have we don't have the divergence that I see right now. And yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like there's always like every bull cycle, there's always that last final bounce. Like if we go back to let's see, we're gonna see better on the weekly and monthly. I think if you look back at 2021,
Uh-huh.
we had the same thing. Yeah. So right here, we had, we went down what from the top, we went down 53%, and then we had a pump from there up about 50%, and then that was it. Then that was the last rally before we ultimately dumped, right? And then you get this head and shoulders over here. So that can be very, very possible. Like say for example, from the bottom, we went up 50%. That brings you to 120, not an all-time high. And then we roll over if we even get to 50%, right?
Yeah.
So if we go up to that, like let's send that shoulder, we're looking at 27, 28% move, which again, if you dollar cost average and you bought, bought those lows on that liquidation event, that could still be a pretty damn good return. But just keep that in the back of your mind, the head and shoulders. Keep that in the back of your mind. That way you're not going too crazy. Because it is going to get euphoric. It is going to get crazy if we start to do that. And don't get caught because what's the saying that when the tide goes out, we see who's swimming naked?
Yeah. Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered too. Because look, the writing is on the wall. Like if it's gonna happen, there's a lot of people are. Although I do feel like there's a general consensus of, and I know that could probably swing against you, is that 2026 is going to be a big year for crypto. I think we are due for some regulation. We are due for some framework. We're due for some infrastructure. That's one of the things that we were talking about, I think, with the bank stuff. Like, do you so when I think about like strategy, like, do you think they're going to be the use case for institutional infrastructure and how blockchain is managed from a company level like that, just because they have the most exposure to it?
Oof, I don't know, man. There's a lot of questions I have about strategy. I think if they can survive and Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, I think they'll look like geniuses and be like, oh shit, we were wrong. Because I think right now in like institutions, I think a lot of people are kind of betting against them right now. I think a lot of people think Michael Saylor is an idiot, like the old traditional guys that don't get it. I believe that because Bitcoin has such a high appreciation rate that if they can survive a bear market, which they can because their like average entry price is so low, that they'll be fine. But I don't know. I feel like the older institutional guys have a hard time. They need more, and they always get in. They're gonna get in late, right? Like I think about my financial institution, my financial advisor, with Edward Jones, and I asked the guy. I said, what are your guys' investment strategy for Bitcoin? I said, it's been the best performing asset in the past like decade. Oh yeah, we're not touching it. Like Edward Jones doesn't want to trade it. I said, like, if you can't beat it, shouldn't you buy it? And he's like, yeah, I see what you mean, but we deal with our clients are older people that are retired. Like, so I'm like, okay, I get it. See, I get it from that aspect. Like, if you're a retiree and like you got your retirement funds in Edward Jones, for example, you're probably not going to take on risk like that, right?
Well,
You
probably
should.
not.
You should like
but
have
probably
a
not.
percentage of it, like 1% of your retirement fund, and then all of a sudden, like it starts outperforming. That's the thing is like just buy some Bitcoin, and when you start to see the appreciation rate of Bitcoin, it's just like, oh shit, I should have more, and it becomes that snowball effect.
Mhm.
But you have to be open minded to actually give it a shot.
That we didn't really get a chance to talk about it much this morning. I meant to, but didn't happen. But I am going to be moving some of my stable coin into Bitcoin, and I'm going to move that into cold storage, and I'm going to start a very concentrated effort of DCAing Bitcoin only, starting this like the next couple days.
Let's go. That's what I've been doing, man. Every month I buy $500 every month. I don't care the price. I even bought my daughter some. My daughter has her own cold wallet. Got her. She's a Bitcoiner already. She's got some Bitcoin, and the Canadian government gives you a child benefit every month. They give you like, I think we get like $120. That's going into Bitcoin. I'm gonna
Oh,
use.
that's so cool.
I'm gonna use free money from the government to buy Bitcoin for my daughter, and hopefully by the time she's my age, she's a multi-millionaire.
Smart move, dog. That's big time.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta do. That's the whole point. Like, we're doing all this because we might not see, me and you might be old men by the time, mass adoption happens, but our kids will be the ones using it on the daily basis.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I love that. Let's go for the kids. It's for the kids.
It's
All
for
right,
the
let's get
kids.
some more charts.
All right. What do you wanna look at? Or do you
Pull
want
up-
to
what-
pull something up?
Let's are we streaming on the arena?
No, I didn't do it today.
Okay.
I was just trying to figure out how the restream thing was working. Restream does not let me go to Arena, so I would have to take a separate stream on my OBS and do it on there. So I'll have to do it next week.
All right. I was gonna say let's look at AVAX, but we can look at something else. What's your favorite coin to look at right now besides Bitcoin?
That's a good one. I don't even want to talk about Cardano anymore. I have to sell that shit. I sold in profit, but not as much as I was hoping. Like, I literally bought Cardano at 26 cents in 2022, and I had to sell it at what I sold at 56 cents. Like, because I had to protect my capital. I'm like, bro, I think it's over for for Cardano, and it very well may be. Let's look at VeChain, man. VeChain is
Oof,
one that
all right.
I also held, and I was like, damn. I had to sell my VeChain too, because I bought it at, what did I buy it at? It went back to my entry price from 2022, and I sold it there so I didn't lose any funds.
Yeah.
I'll get back into VeChain. I just times not right now.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I feel that. Although I think just looking at that, it looks like it might be breaking out of. It might be one that's breaking out of its falling structure too.
You are absolutely correct, my friend. Looks like do we have an Adam and Eve double bottom here? Kind of. You can say maybe we have an Adam and Eve like this, slanted double bottom, even like a triple bottom, like two Adam and Eves in a row, like right. So
Wow.
potential. Again, we have high stochastics right here, so, and they're curling down, which you kind of seeing that happen right now. So that just might indicate that we're coming back to that 21, that we're starting an uptrend. Like, uptrend starts here, back to the 21, that white line, back to the 21, the white line, and kind of like something like that. So as long as we pull that 21-day moving average up with us, I'm all for it, man. And you know how we say, rounded bottoms pay the bills. We like rounded bottoms.
Hey.
So yeah, I'm starting to see this now, like confluence between all the altcoins. Like, seem like they're bottoming. XRP looked like a bottom. Jasmy's consolidating, and I've never looked at Jasmy before, guys. I don't trade that coin ever. That was the first time I've looked at that chart. And what was the other one that we looked at? I'm not sure, but yeah, we looked at those and they look like they're bottoming, and it's because Bitcoin looks like it's gonna pump.
Right.
So I'm seeing the gear up, but like we were pumping all the way since last Friday. So it's honestly, it's pretty normal that we have some days of pullbacks and consolidation and flipping, support resistance levels as support and all that kind of stuff like that, right? Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I use this indicator here called the VPVR, the visual profile range, volume visual profile range, and it just kind of shows you, like, this white line will show up here, right? So this white line is a point of control where there's a lot of liquidity, and it lines up with that top here, right? So the next you want to basically you press Alt H on TradingView, and you can, every time you have a top, you can put a little line. And this is where we got to go now. So price action needs to get above this line here, and then flip it as support, and then make our way towards the next one, flip it as support, and that's what we want to do, right? Like, and you can see each one of those lines, or most of them, line up with a big peak of liquidity. Here's a gap actually. So like, and if we go above, like for example, we're gonna have to fight with this right here. If we get above, let's see, 0.1354, there's a gap basically right up to 0.14338. So it'll pull price up there.
Mhm. Yeah, I love looking at the volume profile. There's a couple cool indicators and tricks and um just interesting things that you can put on your setup to figure out. So, all right, let's say that we do move to that, 105, 107 range.
Yep.
What are you looking for in order to
Like then,
confirm one way or the other?
oh, like they invalidate that Head and Shoulders.
Yeah.
Let's take a look. So it's gonna have to get above
Blood in
the
the house. What's up, Blood?
yo. Is that Crypto Blood? Oh shit, it's Crypto
Yeah.
Blood. What's going on, brother?
Let's go.
Nice logo for the show. Thank you, brother. All right, let me see here. So Bitcoin on the daily. Actually, let's go to the weekly. It's so much easier to see on the weekly. Yeah. So what I want to see is I want to see us get above here for one. So 104.
Okay.
Step number one, we got to get above 94. As you can see here, 94 is our resistance level, right? We want to definitely, we've tagged it we lost it here, so we tagged it 1, 2, 3 times. So we tagged it 3 times. If we can take it again, I believe we can break through it. If we get above that, what I want to see is a consolidation above that. So maybe like get above it, flip it as support, and off we go. And that would be a great entry, by the way, on the daily or on the weekly here. And then the next step would be to get above here, which would be this line here. We want to get above there and flip it as support, like consolidate above it. And then we're good. If we flip this as support, then new all-time highs are in the cards, guys. Like I don't see why we couldn't. Like if we flip that as support, a new all-time high is only, 18%. Not even, like a new all-time high is like 16, 17% away.
I mean, it looks like when you zoom out and kind of like if you got the right time frames on, a $150,000 Bitcoin by like maybe even the beginning of quarter 2 is not out of question. You know what I
That
mean?
was my base case, dude. That was my base case. Like I thought 150 was more likely the top. Mind you, I didn't think it would be going into 2026, but just because we had a 4-year cycle doesn't mean it can extend a little bit longer, right? Like every bull cycle is different. It rhymes, but it's a little different.
Mhm.
So I would look at this, just see, do we continue to respect this line here? 2 touches, bounce off it, new all-time high, come back. So yeah, that's the problem I'm having is like I can make good cases for both. So I have to take it one step at a time, and right now it's 94. Get above 94, and then we'll go from there, and then where
Start
our
talking.
next levels are, right? Yeah, because look how many touch points we have at this level, right? We have here, it touched here, flipped it as support here, and then we lost it here. So that's a huge key level to get above, and you're gonna start to see. If we get above that, we're gonna get like super bullish. Mind you, we get above 94, we're gonna start getting super bullish. We're back. We're not back. We're back. We're not back.
We're back. We're so back.
I love those fucking tweets. I'm just like, it's so funny because I'm thinking about it like that last pump, and I'm like, we're back. I'm like, see, I told you, you're gonna see all these we're backs, and I think I said in the show, I said like, watch, we get above there, and it makes a right shoulder, and everyone's gonna be like, we're gonna sell you far. We're back. The bull market's back on. Golden bull market. Yeah, that's all. We'll see.
We are cautiously optimistic. We've done this way too many times. This is not our first rodeo. We've done this way too many times to get excited.
Yeah. I would love to just say fuck it. We're going for it. We're bullish, like because I'm like you, dude. I'm a Bitcoin bull, man, through and through. But I don't want to I don't want people that's like if I'm saying something and people are, maybe I don't know if they're following my what I'm saying. I don't want to leave people astray. I want to give them all the options and like give them all the information and like you make a decision but I'd like to give you all the information that I have and you do what you're gonna do. Like it's up to you. But like I feel like it would be a disservice to like tell people we're just gonna go up. You know what I mean? As much as I would love to.
Just smoke that hopium.
Yeah. Oh man, I'll take it. Because I also believe that if they start injecting liquidity, which also makes sense to me, because Trump is going to want to show some progress for the midterms. So why not print a bunch of money to make and get a bunch of shit done, and all of a sudden things look good again, right? Like
Mhm.
that. Totally bullish on that. I do believe we're going to have more rate cuts in 2026, at least one or two for the FOMC. So I don't see a case where there isn't more liquidity. And I don't know if you're familiar with Raoul Paul.
Yeah.
So I follow and I watch him a lot, and he's saying that like the business cycle is just getting started. Like he does his macro breakdown, and he's saying like the liquidity cycle is just starting. And like if that's the case, then like yeah, 2026 could be like crazy good up until maybe it's sell in May, walk away, but in 2026, not 2025.
That's it. I'm on board with that, to be honest with you. It gives me time to stack some chips, get
Oh, yeah.
ready.
Yeah, and that's why I started dollar cost averaging, because I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like it could go both ways. So I sold a bunch of my portfolio to deleverage, and then I still have some Bitcoin in there. I'm all out of altcoins. Just whatever I need for like gas and stuff like that. And then Bitcoin flips super bullish, then I can just trade altcoins,
Mhm. Smart.
because the idea
Gotta
is
have
just
a
get
plan.
more Bitcoin.
Most importantly, you gotta have a plan, and it's today is Wednesday, January 7th. It is the last this is the first full week. This is the last day of the first full week of the new year. And so hopefully everybody's goals and aspirations and dreams and resolutions and everything, you're on track.
Hell yeah, man. Like you say every time, better 1% every day. And even if you're only growing your portfolio 1% every day, that's fine too.
That would be tragic in crypto, but hey, it's a win is a win.
Hey, if you grow your portfolio 1% every day, that's 365% a year. Where are you gonna get that anywhere else? You ain't gonna
Good
do
point,
that in
my guy.
traditional money.
Look, and that's I bet you know what, to be honest with you, that's compounding that 1% though too. So it's
Yeah,
like
no,
that
exactly.
it's like that penny, dude. You could start with well, I don't know what you want to start with, but you get the idea.
All right, you know what I want to see? I want to see Zcash, because remember Zcash was like the hottest thing. Like
Yes.
when we're in Miami, like that was like the hottest coin to trade. Ooh,
Yes.
we might have could be a short here on the weekly. Maybe a little M pattern, possibly,
This
or
thing on the yeah, you've got it on the what, the weekly? Yep.
yeah. I'm gonna go to like a smaller time frame. That's too far. Let's go to daily and work our way from there. I don't think we need to look at the weekly. Um, Yeah, daily looks like we dumped. We're kind of making our way back up above the 200-day moving average, which is again that's bull market territory for me. The 200-day moving average on the daily is bull market territory. So as long as we're above that, we're good. Low stochastics. So I'd probably consolidate a little bit more to let that stochastic roll over and start to come back up. Our size already pointing up, so keep your eye on that. Could just be like a little bit of a either a falling wedge, a little flag here, so we can say we're coming down, little consolidation back to that 21-day moving average. Came into this or a bullish rectangle here would be more likely. And then what we do is we measure that length of that pole here. So if we were to break out here, we look at Zcash to 614.
Ooh. Love that.
Yeah, no, I like this. Nice little swing low here. And then we tested this as support. We flipped this resistance line as support, and then we started a nice uptrend. Again, like you said, we're in an uptrend until we're not. So I don't see a reason not to long here. This would actually be a pretty good long if you think about it, because we're at the bottom of the pattern. We're consolidating. We're at the 21-day moving average. You can put a long here, or you can even just you can either put it along here or wait for it to either hit the top of the channel or back to the bottom of the channel. But even here, put your thing there, your stop loss below that green wick. Keep it nice and tight, or you can put it at the bottom, wherever you want. 3 point. Even if you put it at the bottom of the channel, you're looking at around this liquidity level here, 3.33 to 1, 3-to-1 risk versus reward ratio. Not bad. That's a trade I'll take all day.
Boom. Love that. And that's what, Zcash? Yeah. All right.
That's Zcash.
And we found some opportunities to be looking at.
Yeah, you know what? I think I might take it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So we'll show everybody how I do the trade, right? So my take profit would be, so I'm going to do this on VDEX because VDEX will have a little bit, the numbers will be a little bit different for Zcash. So I'll build the same trade. So we're on the daily. Oopsies. We're on the daily here. So we'll go to the daily time frame. I see the same trade here. I see my fallen wedge. So I'll map it out just like I did before. And then I'll enter here, and then we'll put our take profit. We'll go to our long position here, enter here, and then our take profit is up here at 641, and our stop loss will be at 630. So I'm going to risk 1%
trade based off of that you just put up there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So what I'm going to do is, so my stop loss is 9.89%. So what I will do is I'll go to my calculator, 1% of my portfolio. So I'm at 1418. So 1418 times 0.101 is $14.18 divided by 0.0989. So my position size is 143 bucks. So 143 bucks. My take profit was 641, and my stop loss was 424. So 16 bucks. I'm actually going to bring it a little lower. I'm going to go 135. No, 130. And I want to make sure my liquidation price is I'm not cross. I want to be isolated. Let's go 8, 9, 10x leverage. Liquidation price 452. No, that's not good. I got to lower the leverage. See, so you got to play with it to get so your liquidation price is you're not gonna get liquidated before your stop loss. 430. I'm gonna go 6x leverage, 418. Okay, 14 is good. So $14 for a 44% win. I'll take it. And that's it. We're in the trade. We'll see how it plays out. Boom. And then I look at the smaller time frames and see if are we gearing up, right? Again, above the 200-day moving average on that 1 minute, which I like. So as long as we stay above that, and that's kind of my model, like I talked about before, right? We come back close, and then my stop loss was at what? My stop loss there was 424. So my stop loss is actually below. I can even bring my stop loss above, keep it nice and tight, right above here at 474. And if we lose that daily, that 1 minute, 200-day moving average, I'm out. But so far, so good. We're in the green a little bit, not even 1%, but we're getting there. That's it.
Let it go.
That's how you execute the trade, and that's how you.
Will you sleep with those trades in?
Because that was a daily trade, most likely. But yeah, because I'm only risking 1% of my portfolio, so I can only lose $14 in that trade.
Right.
Okay. So it's a small trade, but what it does do is it give me some points on that leaderboard. So, but hey, we're winning the trade. Look, it's pumping up.
Dude, watch this thing rip up to 600. Would you call it 620 something?
My take profit there. Wow, look at that wick. Holy hell.
Did that just happen?
Yeah, like I literally went over to one tab, and then like we went up here and like made a huge wick. I didn't even see it go up that high. That's altcoins for you. 641 is my take profit.
Okay.
That's a huge, mind you, that if we're on the daily, that's going to take a while to play. I'm probably not going to sit and wait a couple of days for this trade. I'm probably gonna take it like maybe like a 3/4 of the way up my move. But yeah,
Get in, get out.
that's it. Yeah, I don't like to stay in trades, especially like right now in this market. I don't want to stay in trades too long. This is
Whoa.
crazy. This is the 1 minute, so it's gonna be wild, right? Let's look at like the 5 minute. Yeah, see, we're fighting with the 5 minute 200-day moving average. If we get above this 500-day watch, we get above this 5 minute 200-day moving average, you'll probably have a huge candle up.
And then at that point, you just get out, right?
Yeah. I'll take it. Like I'm not gonna hold Zcash for a long period of time, but I've seen some people making some decent gains. There's actually been a pretty between that and gold. It's been a pretty good charts the trade because you can actually trade gold on.
It just went.
They just go up again. Yeah, look at that. What am I up? Mind you, it's a baby trade, so I'm only up 76 cents. Like it's 3%, but 76 cents because it's a baby trade, right?
Yeah, this thing wants to fucking go though.
Yeah. Like I think over time, again, if I'm above the daily 200-day moving average, in my opinion, I'm a bull. And at the very least, I could see it hitting like this candle here, maybe halfway up to this candle, somewhere around 492. Or we go to the top of the channel again. We just bounce around this channel all the way down.
Yeah. Big wick in it.
But this kind of looks like a tweezer bottom, right? You have a bearish candle, and then we have a nice green candle right beside it. So the idea here would be it would come right back up, and then the next candle would come down, and so on and so forth.
Ride the candle, brother.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at Ondo. Actually, we were talking about Ondo earlier today.
Ooh, good call.
I think we're talking about like it going maybe down to like 23 cents. So let's see if that still looks like the case.
That's where the scam wick went to, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. So that was I've been tracking Ondo for a while. Had a nice bag of Ondo. Unfortunately, it didn't work out as much. Made a little bit on it, but it was okay. So we came down again, rounded bottom again. We could even say this is a slanted Adam and Eve double bottom, right? Same idea on the daily for Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as we're staying above that 21-day moving average and we kind of pull it up with us. So to me, it looks like we came up, we're back to the 21. So the next idea would be for another leg up back to the 21 and just work our way back up to this 200-day moving average. But yeah, so Ondo could go up again if we have. Let me see here. The only thing is we have the stochastic high and looking like it's already curling down, and same with the RSI. So if that continues to come down, we make another bottom, and then who knows? Like again, that wick is 23.82. If we come down there, let's look at the weekly. Yeah, the weekly is also kind of flatlined, right? Like the stochastic's down, RSI is super low, oversold. So you could even take a trade on the weekly and put your stop loss just below these wicks here.
Mm-hmm.
And see if you can catch that reversal, right?
Huge unlock coming for Ondo.
Yeah. Like this very well could be a bottom, and like you can also have here an inverted head and shoulders, right? Shoulder, head, and we make another shoulder, and then then you pump to the upside. Right, same idea as the head and shoulders. You'd pump to the upside, and you would take the measurement from the shoulder potentially. I'm forecasting here. And then you would go up to, back up to 92 cents potentially, right? And if you want to see this bull, if you trade head and shoulders and you're more familiar with head and shoulders, press Alt-I, flip it upside down, and then you can see it probably, a little bit better if you're bullishly biased like me, right?
Alt-I is what flips your
chart upside down, yeah.
What's let's see, I wonder what the Mac version of Alt is.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't use a Mac. That's a good question. Is there like what? I don't know. You guys wouldn't have a Windows button either. That's a good question.
Let's see. We got Command, Option, or Control. We can try that. And it's I, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's Option I is how
you go
on a Mac.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that might help. And I also see the MACD is losing bearish momentum here. It's starting to, so you get these big red candles, and then it starts to white, get a little brighter, and then it'll start to flip green eventually. Like it oscillates, right? It'll oscillate in price. So again, I'm seeing another altcoin that looks like it might have bottomed and gearing up for a move to the upside. So that's how many altcoins have we looked at where it looks like that. So I'm starting to build this mental case, this like idea that we could have that we've bottomed for some altcoins, and we're gonna have a nice move. Maybe this weekend, like maybe like this week is going to be consolidation. We have another weekend like we did last weekend, or maybe we go through the week. We have one more final like dump this weekend and then back up to the upside.
Everybody loves a weekend pump, man. I'll take it.
Dude, I don't know what it is. This bull market, the Sunday nights have always pumped. I don't know what it is.
It used to be the different. You'd have to wait for the Sunday dip, and then Monday, who knows what would happen. China would ban crypto, or some India would ban crypto, and then all of a sudden,
yeah. Oh man, my Bitcoin trade went down. Dang, this has been like crazy. It's been 91.5, and then back down to 91. How are we doing here? Yeah, I'm still up in the trade. Hey, I'm up in that Zcash trade. We're up a buck, 4%.
Nice. Let's go.
That's it. Let's hope we have some nice wins over there coming in the future. I don't really trade Zcash very often, but you know what? That's a great thing about trading. It doesn't matter if you like the coin or whatever. You can just, if you see something on the chart that makes sense, take a stab at it, because
Again,
there's always opportunity.
It's not a huge risk, and what it does is it furthers your thesis of all of your, the stuff that you put together to get into a trade. It proves that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, I'm not a professional trader by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes, you are.
But like this is me. Like, I'm literally learning live. I find the best way to learn something is to teach others. So like I find, like, if you have a deep understanding of something, you can it's easier to teach. So I'm working on that and speaking about it better. But I'm definitely not a pro trader. Like I'm in a trading group. I Sam Price. Like, I'm in his trading group, and like that's who I follow. That's essentially my mentor. So that's where I've learned all the stuff I've learned. I literally have, like, I took his course. I have like all my cheat sheets here. Like, I laminated everything. I've been on full on nerd and trading for the last just over a year. I think we just celebrated my year anniversary being in that trading group.
Congratulations, dude. That's awesome.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I like it. It's fun. I like the idea. I was telling my wife about this today. I was like, usually, in crypto, you would, you buy in the bear market and you sit on your hands and you wait till the next bull market, right? You just chill. But it's kind of nice because trading, you can still have your your finger on the pulse and be like actively involved in crypto, even though like your spot bigs are waiting for that, that big dip to come and reinvest, like, in the bear market, and then you sit and wait for 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea that I could still like be actively investing in crypto, making money, throughout the entire bear market, it's pretty exciting. Like, for me, it was mining in 2021, but Ethereum is no longer mineable. So, and Bitcoin mining, I don't have the infrastructure at home to do that. So,
so trading's
the way. That's it. Passive income, some way, shape, or form. Passive income.
And think about like what it's done. Like, right, you join the trading group, so you got like a fraternity, or like there's the brotherhood and sisterhood. There's people in there that you can connect with and stuff. And so it's like it's just such a cool opportunity, man. All this shit with crypto.
Oh yeah, honestly, this has been like 2024 when I got really back into it. At least on Twitter. It was a community, like find your community. Like, it's been like I started to realize the value of community when I found the Web3 Breakfast, and then like meeting all these different communities. Like, I found Mikkel through Doug Hype. I went to his space, and I found Mikkel on there, and then she started her own thing with some two other ladies, and then that didn't work out, and then we gamed every night together, and then she liked the way I did things, and she's like, hey, I want to work with you, and now we're doing our podcast. So like it's really neat, finding communities, building with people, so many smart people in this space, like so much smarter than me. And it's like I love being the dumb person in the room, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I have so much to learn. Like, Like
I know exactly what you're saying.
right? And that's why even the conferences, like going to the conferences and seeing the people that have been in crypto for like when we talked to Ken Bozak, like someone that's been in crypto since 2014, 2013. Like I feel like a boomer in crypto. This guy's like ancient, right? Like
Ancient grandpa crypto.
grandpa crypto. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I know I like Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin for the short term. I think we can I think we're gonna blast through that at 94. It's just gonna take some time. But that's me again, that's me smoking the hopium.
I'll take a hit, dude. Give
I,
me a hit of that.
yeah. As long as that daily doesn't break down that we have the Adam and Eve double bottom, but that's like the best. Like if you're gonna have a bottoming pattern, Adam and Eve double bottoms pay, man. They're nice. And at the very least, it's gonna come back up to here to 105. I can't like I'm more leaning towards that than anything else. In my opinion, like I really do believe that's gonna happen. It's too good not to.
So
I've
what
seen
would be
so many.
what's the entry? What's the entry if like obviously, you need to wait for confirmation, you need to do all that stuff. So what's the entry if
You want
someone's
to
like,
trade
"All right, man, fuck it. I want to ride this thing up to 102
the
and get
daily.
out."
The daily would probably be your entry. You have your resistance line here, and then you would put like a flag here like that. So I'd play the daily. Either we do something like this. We gotta wait for that 21-day moving average to come back in the price action.
Okay.
So we might have to consolidate a lot longer, or maybe we make something. We start going down like this. But either way, like I see us coming back to that 21. So I'm just honestly, that's kind of what I'm waiting for now. I'm in a long right now for on the daily. I got in on this wick around near the bottom here. So sorry, I'm up in the bottom. I got in the bottom of my channel, so you can see my trade here. My entry price was 98.73, and we're at 91.113. So I got in near the bottom of that channel. But again, I don't know if we're making this flag. We could consolidate downwards. So that's what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see if we have if this pattern plays out, because that will bring us there. That will bring us basically up to 100,000, and then we'll probably consolidate again, and then the next move for no. So this brings you to 100,500 ish, and from there to that 105, you're looking at another under 5% move.
It's easy. That's an afternoon.
Yeah, for real, right? That could be a wick. It could be the same day.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of that's my base case. If you're gonna trade Bitcoin right now on the longer time frame, that's what I'm working at. This or this. So you can, if you want to be like super conservative and super safe, I would give it a couple more days for this to fill in more and get in near the end of the consolidation. So we'll have an idea by that point whether they're making the downtrending flag or the downtrending pattern, or if we're making this pattern here. So if we're making this pattern here, expect price to come up to the top of the channel, kind of consolidate like this, and before I get the breakout, you probably want to get in near when we're like 75% in this channel, and then you put stop loss, somewhere down here, whatever, right? That's what I'd be waiting for. That's it. That's the pattern. That's the only thing I see that makes sense right now. Long term, you want to scalp the short term time frames, go nuts. But that's my case right now.
Cool.
That's at 94, man. You gotta get above 94.
I will be watching that one like a hawk.
Oh yeah, let's see this consolidate. See, it lines up with like January 15, 16. So like, and January 27, 28,
Like a
we
week?
have a FOMC meeting, right?
When is the next FOMC? We looked that up.
27, 28th of January.
Okay.
So yeah, we could pump up, and then the FOMC might be like that. Either it's going to be what dumps us, or it's going to be the juice that lifts up us that little bit. Maybe that's that. We'll break out of here in a couple of days, mid January, and then we'll consolidate, and then like FOMC meeting, boom, we hit 106.
Boom, and then the shoulder will be half complete.
Let's see. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see in a couple of weeks if we can gloat that's saying that I was right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Cool.
That's it, man. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know I think that's good. I think we can wrap for tonight. I think that was good. A good breakdown. I don't really see much more. Like the altcoins kind of look like they're bottoming out, coming and gonna roll back up. And we see where we're at with Bitcoin. So we looked
Okay.
at tether dominance. Like, I don't know if we can break it down anymore. Like that's where we're at.
Yeah, I think at this point everybody should go. And if you didn't, if you were working along and drawing your lines and doing all that stuff, but like now's a great time to draw. If you didn't, go to your charts, draw your lines, set your alarms, set your alerts, and react to those things so that like Mike said, like none of us can sit here and look at the fucking charts all day. We don't have nobody has the opportunity to do that. So that's why you do your work, you set your alerts, and then boom, when it's go time, it's go time.
Absolutely. I on my X channel, you'll see I have like a little beginner tutorial video series I've been making for VDEX.
Mhm.
So whether you use VDEX or not, you can use the same things. It works the same way in TradingView. So I teach patterns, I teach my setups and all that stuff like that, how to use the indicators, how to set them up on my channel there. I think I'm on episode 5 right now. My last one was showing about head and shoulders, how to trade a head and shoulders. So even flipping the chart upside down, I show it on there too. So if you guys are interested in learning how to trade, hopefully that helps, gives you a little bit more tools on your tool belt to be able to win more trades.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, this has been great. I love it.
Yeah, dude, this was fun. I'm looking forward to this. So Wednesday night,
Wednesday night.
9 o'clock Eastern. Get ready for some live trade warriors.
Yes. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate everybody like tuning in. I appreciate you guys all in the chat.
Smash
Make sure you
like button.
guys put noties on. So next week we'll be back at the same time.